Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we can officially say the House of Representatives, the Republicans are now up to 219 seats in the House of Representatives after Alaska at large has flipped for the Republicans. Republican candidate Nick Begich was able to defeat Democrat incumbent Mary Peltola. This is a very close race where after ranked choice voting, once the numbers are rounded up, Begich gets up to 51%, Peltola 49%, a lead or victory of Begich by about 9,000 or so votes. So that's what's going on in Alaska. This race has officially been called for the Republican. For the sake of this video, I'm going to look at the results in Alaska compared to the presidential race. They don't have the post-ranked choice voting county results on the New York Times site or any other sites I've been able to find. However, I was able to find the Alaska elections website, which does break down some of the districts, not the counties, but does break down some of the district results. So I'll be able to go through these, but I won't be able to go through the individual counties in Alaska. But that's okay. We're going to do the best we can on that. So as I mentioned, Alaska, 5149, 164,000 to 155,000. Now we're going to look at the presidential race, where in Alaska, Trump got 184,000, Harris got 139,000. So obviously a House race, much closer. Democratic incumbent, not much of a surprise here. It ended up being 5149 after ranked choice. We're going to look now in the first round of voting. The way ranked choice voting works is everyone votes for the candidate they prefer, and then we get the initial results. If neither candidate gets above 50% of the vote, the third place candidate gets taken away, and their votes is then added to the second choice of the voters in for that candidate. So, for instance, let's say Nick Begich had more second choice votes than Mary Peltola did. They would be added to his totals into Peltola's totals, and it ended up with Begich getting over 50% at 51.3, Peltola getting 48.7. So we look at the raw numbers. There was about, actually, you can show all candidates here as well. So just to be clear, it wasn't just the Alaskan independent candidate. There was also another Democratic candidate, and there was total write-ins as well. So when you add them all up, that's 4.9%, that's 0.2, that's about 5.1% of third party or none of these two candidates vote. So about 5% or so of the election were not for Begich or Peltola. And of them, the 5% were then added to the second and third choice candidates of them. You have to imagine that Eric Hafner's 1% likely probably went either all or mostly to Mary Peltola. So that would boost her from 46.4. Let's say she goes up about 3,000 votes. It's conceivable to say she got all of these votes and ended there. I don't think that's how that happened. I think there's more of a nuanced breakdown, but it certainly is possible. It's also not everyone is going to have a second or third choice filled out if they refuse to fill it in. So I believe the vote after that just stands and they don't get added to either candidate. But so that just may not matter. I don't know if their votes get taken out or how that works, but I'm not really sure the nuances of that. The most important one right here is John Wayne Ho's 12,984 votes, 3.9%. These are the votes that really made the difference in this race. Going from the first round to the final round, you can see Nick Begich netted about a little under 5,000 votes going from here to here. Peltola netted about 3,000 votes going from here to here. So that's about 8,000 of the 12,000 votes were allocated to Begich and Peltola. So it's possible 4,000 of John Wayne Howe's votes did not provide a second choice or a third choice. So those votes just got taken away or not factored into the final count. That is possible. So 51.3 to 48.7, that's how it ended up going for the final ranked choice voting tally. Now we're looking at the elections.alaska.gov map, where obviously it's not going to be something very similar as the colors are very different. In this one, the Republican Nick Begich is blue, the Democrat Mary Peltola is green, the third-party candidate John Wayne Howe is purple, and the Democratic candidate Eric Hafner is yellow. So 403 precincts in Alaska reported, ballots counted 340,510, registered voters in Alaska 611,078. Voter turnout for Alaska of about 55.7%. That's actually very good. They give that information. That's very helpful, actually. So we're just going to go through these districts, look at the numbers of votes, and see how things go from there. I'll just start from the top down. We have this district, House District 42, or House District 40, a very small one. There's about 20 precincts here, and there's about 3,309 votes here, and Peltola won this district 58 to 32.6. Here, House District 36, this one had about 9,700 votes or so. Begich was able to win here 51.2 to 43.3. Looking right here in District 34, this was about 10,000 votes or so casted. Begich won 51.4 to 42.9. Looking in here, House District 35, this had about 9,800 votes, and Peltola won here 55.6 to about 40%. Now, as we're starting to get into some of the bigger cities in Alaska, we see right here 10,000 votes cast in House District 30, and it was about a win for Begich of 63.4 to 30.1. Here we have House District 29, about 10,563 votes cast, and this was a win for Begich, 65 to 30.2. Now, looking down here, there's going to be a lot of tiny counties in here, so I'm going to try and get close and get as accurate as I can. Here, in these areas, about 8,900 votes here, 9,400 votes here, and 10,000 votes here. Begich was able to win all of these by big numbers. 10,000 votes here, Begich won in House District 44. House District 23, Begich won as well. House District 18 was won by Begich. Now looking at here, House District 16, this is a win for Peltola, as was all these smaller counties as well, or districts as well. Right here, we had about 9,000 votes. Peltola wins. Right here, about almost 9,000 as well. Peltola wins here. House District 11, similar. House District 20, similar. Peltola doing very well in the surrounding Anchorage area. So that's that area right there. This county out here, about 11,929 votes. Peltola won 53.3 to 44.4. Now zooming back out, as you can see, we're going to have right here, this county, House District 5, about 8,000 votes. Peltola won here very, very narrowly by just 0.1% in the first round. Right here, we're going to have, Mary Peltola winning 54 to 40. This district right here, 11,000 votes or so. Peltola wins 60.5, 35.1. And that's also, that county is 72 to 24.7. Going through here, this county, about 4,000 votes. Peltola won here. 4,000 votes here. Peltola wins, as well as 4,000 votes here. Peltola wins. And finishing back where we started, about 3,300 votes. Peltola wins there. So that's the map, or the unofficial map for Alaska. It's a lot of counties in Alaska, and we're going to have to wait and see for all the votes to be finalized. But at the end of ranked choice voting, Nick Begich does win this race, 51.3 to 48.7 over Mary Peltola. The Republicans net another House seat. Republicans in their majority is now up to 219. If the map ended today, looking like where the leads are right now, say Republicans win Iowa District 1, that would get them up to 220. Right now, the Republicans leading California District 3 very narrowly. That would get Republicans up to 221. And the last district, California 45, the Democrats narrowly ahead. That would get the Democrats up to 214. So it would be about 221 to 214 in the House. A very, very close majority for the Republicans of about 4 to 5 members. Very, very, very close. That's assuming nothing changes in Iowa or the two races in California. It's certainly possible. Republicans, I think it's more likely than not, Republicans hold on to Iowa District 1 and wins there, but it's possible that can flip. It's possible both California races go for either the Democrat or Republican. So there's a realistic scenario the House ends up being 219 to 217 for the Republicans right now. Or, I'm sorry, not 217. It would be 214, 215, and then 216. So there's a chance it could end up being 219 to 216 for the House of Representatives. There's a chance it could end up being 220 to 215. So this is going to be very, very close and important to watch going forward. But for the purposes of this video, Alaska has been won by the Republican Nick Begich, netting one more seat to the Republican column. That'll do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to give this video a like, click subscribe, share with your friends and family, and hope to see you in a future video. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button and make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really, really, really like the video. And remember to stay tuned because I'll be posting at least one video every single day leading up until Election Day. So I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.